He hopes that he can make a surprise for her. But he's the one who gets one instead. He decides to watch it silently, and then he starts to record what's happening. He doesn't miss out on this opportunity. But it's also hard for him to witness this. He tries to control himself, to make the tears stop falling down. He then sets his mind that's time to go ahead and face it, so he starts to put on his sunglasses, takes his white cane, and enters the room, asking if Lily's home. She gestures to the man to be quiet, and they continue to kiss. But he goes and asks her again. She says she's home, but that her mouth is full right now. I guess she's technically speaking the truth, and he thinks that she's eating something, telling her that he brought her a present, asking where is she. He puts his arm out, showing her, and she sees the flowers, but she's still clinging to that man. He starts to tell her that something seems off, that he's sensing a different smell there, asking if there's someone else there. She quickly tells him that there's no one else there, and he tells her to take the flowers. The man's embracing her, and she tells her husband that they're beautiful. He's glad to know that she liked them, but he tells her that this isn't everything, that he bought the most beautiful ring at the store for her, telling her to take it. She wonders how he even knows it's the most beautiful they had, saying that he can't see anything at all. He tells her that he asked specifically for the most beautiful they had so he could give it as a gift to the most amazing wife in the world. She takes it, and then he asks if she liked it. The man pulls her closer again, and she says she likes it, saying it's beautiful and dropping the flowers on the floor. He asks her what was that noise, but she tells him not to worry, asking him if he wants to grab something to eat as well. He says he doesn't, that he's actually kinda tired after going out to buy that ring for her. She tells him to sit down for a bit, giving a last kiss and helping him to reach the couch. The man pulls her back as soon as she seats him down, and they start going at it right in front of him, thinking that he can't see them. He gets tired of the awkward silence and asks his wife if she has seen his brother around today. She says she didn't see him, and he starts to tell her that he needs to set a deal with his brother, Nathan, asking her if she has her phone nearby so she can call him. He immediately starts to gesture for her not to call him, and she says she can call him. He starts to shake his head, saying that he doesn't want to go to that, pulling out his own phone and telling her she'll try to call him on his own. He tells Siri to call Nathan, his brother, and he takes off as fast as he can from there. She tells him that she can go and call him, that he lives nearby, and he's actually quite astonished by what happened, saying that he hang it up. His brother shows up, telling him that he called him when he was already on his way there. The lovers get back to their business while his brother starts to say how weird it was for him to come when he was trying to reach him anyway. He didn't listen to a word he said, and he asks him why was he not listening to him, saying that he has something very important to tell him. Nathan tells him that he was greeting his sister-in-law, so he didn't pay attention to him. They start shaking hands and greeting each other as if they weren't kissing just now. He tells him to come and sit down next to him when he's done with that, telling him that they have to talk about some stuff. He goes to the marketplace, but not alone. She seats on his lap, and he tries to keep his poker face up, but then his wife asks him what is it, that she's getting curious about what they have to talk about it. He says it's something that he has been desiring to tell him, but he says that before he can do that, he asks if she can go ahead and bring them some wine so they can celebrate. She brings the glasses of wine, places them on the table, and asks him if he wants any help. And then she goes and places the glass in his hand. Now that she has him busy, She gestures to Nathan and he immediately goes to her. He starts to tell his brother that he wanted to see him, that this celebration is about 50% of the business that he asked for, and he tells him that he wouldn't say no to him, that they are always together, so he announces that he has the contract which he can sign and they can make that dream come true. He can't believe it, telling his brother that he'll not regret it while he kisses his brother's wife. He starts to feel around and then he takes the paper out, saying they'll celebrate this great day. He tells him that he only has to sign the paper, and he's very excited about it, and he doesn't even read anything, just signs it up. He lets him know that he's finished, and she takes a big sip to celebrate it. But he tells her not to choke on it. She asks him what he knows that she drank, and Nathan asks if he's getting better. He says it's not, that it fully healed and he can see now. She asks him what he saw. Asking them how long were they going to keep tricking him, he says he saw everything they did. He asks what's he talking about, and she says nothing happened there. He tells her to shut up, that her voice is making him sick right now, and he can't believe his own brother did this to him. He says he can explain, and he says she was hitting on him. They start to argue, but he ends it at once, and he gladly lets his brother know that he'll tell him what he just signed. He says it's the business papers, but he starts to laugh, and he says he would never give him 50% of his business, that he worked hard for it. He tells him that he would never do that, letting him know that he took the 5% that he had as well. But that's not all. He says that he can drop dead right now and that Nathan won't end up with anything. He can't believe that he says they share the same blood. That their father. He stops him, telling him to not say a word about their father. Telling him that he'll tell their father about this treason. It's too late now, but she tells him that she loves him and that they can still be a happy family. He says that she loved him, in the past, and that she wouldn't do that if she still loved him. She puts the best misery face that she has in her arsenal, begging him to listen to her. He asks if she would like a second chance, and he says she can go and live on the streets after today. Telling her to get out right now from his house. She finally quits her act and tells him that she's tired of him, that he always wanted to be the best, but she tells him that he always put her aside, that she wasn't his first priority, that he was always working, saying that she can't stand that anymore, saying that she'll gladly leave him and this petty life. That's fine by him, telling her to get the freak out, telling Nathan to get out as well, that he doesn't want to see him ever again. He says that he'll regret doing this one day. And he actually thinks they did the right thing by getting rid of him.